All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really chilling manuscript called The Registry, and it's all about a world where your very identity, well, it's just a filing problem. So, let's just dive right in. The whole thing kicks off with this incredibly unsettling idea, right on the screen. The cleanest power is the one that calls itself care. It perfectly sets the stage for a system that disguises its control as, just being helpful.
And it all starts so subtly. Our main character, a man named Kay, he just wakes up one morning and his world has been, just slightly rearranged. His coat is hung up perfectly. His room looks like it's ready for some kind of official inspection. And that's it. That's the first tiny, quiet hint that his life isn't really his own anymore.
So that brings us to our first section, a notice of discrepancy. This is where things really start to unravel for Kay. He finds this letter, an unsigned notice, and it's basically the start of this descent, this journey deep into the quiet, suffocating heart of the whole system. Okay, now look at the language on this summons. It's fascinating, right? It's polite, it's incredibly sparse, but it's also just absolute. Action required, present yourself. Documents, bring none, your name will be sufficient. I mean, wow, there's just no room to ask questions. It's all about compliance. And then there's this. On that same notice, there's just a single, completely unexplained number, 0.9. And this is the first time K gets measured. It's the first taste of a system that is about to quantify literally every single part of his life. So K goes to the Office of Verification, and this is what he's told. We have you, but not in the right place. It's just incredible. He learns that his identity, who he is, doesn't matter. It's a filing problem. He's not wrong, he's just misplaced. He's a file in the wrong cabinet, in this giant great ledger of the registry. Okay, section 2, the machinery of placement. Now, to really get what's happening in Kay's world, you have to learn the language of the registry itself. This is where its real power is. It completely redefines reality through this cold, sterile vocabulary. Take the word placement. You'd think it means where you are, right? A physical location? Nope. In this world, it's your administratively recognized role category. It's not where you live, it's how you're filed. Your whole being is just an administrative location. And remember that point 9? That's what they call proximity. It's his score. It's literally a number that measures the distance between his actual life and what the official record says his life should be. And the craziest part? It changes with every single interaction, every question he asks, every moment he hesitates. His life has just been reduced to this fluctuating data point. Then you have your status. If you're confirmed, you're good. You're trusted. You're, in their words, clean. You have permission to sign things, to be recognized. But anything less, like Kay's new status, pending, well, that means you're administratively contaminated. You are fundamentally untrustworthy.
And this is where it gets really brilliant and really terrifying. As a pending employee, Kay can't sign documents anymore. Why? Because his job in bookkeeping is now defined as an act of representation. He's been doing it for years, but now he can't represent figures as being true because the system doesn't see him as true.
So what can he do? Look at this list. Sorting, carrying, waiting. All non-authoritative or non-sensitive. His entire job is just boiled down to these meaningless physical actions. It just constantly reinforces his new status as untrustworthy. He's there, but he has zero authority, no agency at all.
All right, section 3, the mark becomes etiquette. This is where things get even weirder. The system's control starts to expand beyond just paperwork. It becomes a physical symbol that literally embeds itself into the culture. They call it the blank square.
And look how it spreads. It starts out simple enough, right? It's on his official notices, a stamp on some paper. But then it gets impressed onto his hand, then his face. And from there, it just explodes into society. It becomes this cultural tool for etiquette and control. It's like a bureaucratic mark that just metastasizes into a mark of social contamination. And this is where the system gets really, really insidious. Because it's not just the officials anymore. Ordinary people become agents of the system. They start carrying these gray cloths to cover surfaces so they don't have to touch what Kay has touched. Coins are placed on the cloth, not in a hand. Looking at Kay's mark on his face is now rude. It becomes this whole new social hygiene. And it's all about creating distance from the unplaceable people like K. It's just a chilling look at how fear can make us all complicit in policing each other. Section 4 is called Language Under Review, and this is exactly what it sounds like. The registry's reach, it just keeps extending. It moves past public behavior and right into K's most private life, his relationships, and even his own internal vocabulary. So K reconnects with a woman, L. And what happens? Immediately, their relationship gets flagged by the system. Their intimacy is recategorized as influence. Think about that. Human connection is now just another variable that needs authorization. And it's managed by things like a recording box, where they have to submit their personal letters to be reviewed and, censored before they're even sent. And this right here, this chart really shows the system's ultimate goal. It's all about translation. You take a messy human experience and you turn it into a clean, manageable code. I feel watched becomes observation concern. I'm afraid becomes reflective surface anxiety. And I love, that becomes influence. It's just stripping all the meaning out of being human. There's a note from the co-author in the manuscript that just hits so hard. Systems don't just track you, they train everyone around you to participate in tracking. And it goes on. It highlights why this whole thing feels so disturbingly familiar, right? The power isn't just coming from the top down. It's that we are all, in a way, learning to administer each other. Okay, so our final section, the comfort of closure. What happens to K? Well, his silent resistance, just his very existence, creates too much ambiguity for the system to handle. So he gets transferred. He's sent to the system's endgame, a place they call the Facility of Surfaces. And in this facility, the whole goal isn't to help people or rehabilitate them. No, the goal is closure. That's the word they use. It's basically the final administrative tidying up of a human being who has become nothing more than a stubborn filing error. So K gets presented with these 3 options for his final status: return to surface level 2, staff function, or not recorded. But let's be real, they're all just different ways of ceasing to be himself. It's the classic illusion of choice, in a system that's already decided everything for you. And in the end, the system itself makes the choice for him. Selected. Not recorded. The cleanest option, of course. It's total administrative disappearance. He's removed from the ledger so completely that it's like he was never even there. But then, the entire manuscript ends on this one single word. Perhaps. And it's not even K who says it. It's his own Proxy speaking after K is gone. It's this tiny, tiny moment of uncertainty from deep inside the machine. And it just leaves you with this haunting question. Even in a system that controls everything, can a small, unmeasurable crack of ambiguity, of humanness, still manage to leak through?